NFL Week 16 is here. I want to do some predictions. I want to share kind of a preview of the weekend. Friday, Christmas Day, there's a game, the Vikings and the Saints. There's 3 games on Saturday. There's 11 games on Sunday. There's a Monday night football game. Should be a fun weekend. I want to start with the games that I believe are the 5 best games in NFL Week 16. We'll do the 5 best. We'll talk about the blowouts. Then we'll talk about what I think are games with bad teams that are still interesting and fun. So, number 1 on Saturday, you have the Dolphins at the Raiders. It's an important game for Miami. They are 9-5. They need to win because right now they are the number 7 seed in the AFC playoff picture. They would get into the playoffs if they started today. They need to win to make that maintain the way it is. The Raiders are 7-7. They have not yet been eliminated from the playoffs. I believe losing this game would eliminate them. They are all but eliminated from playoff contention. And it's likely Derek Carr is going to play at quarterback for the Raiders in this game. I'm kind of disappointed hearing that. I really wanted to watch Marcus Mariota against Tua Tagovailoa. The 2 Hawaiian quarterbacks went to the same high school in Honolulu, Oahu. I don't know if they live in, I think it's in Honolulu, St. Louis High School. I know it's on Oahu, the biggest, the most populated island in Hawaii. I wanted a fun storyline there. I don't think we're going to get it. The Dolphins should win. I hope it's a good game, though. We'll see. I think the Raiders are floundering a little bit. Their defense has been really problematic. And, I mean, they have good game plans every week, but is Derek Carr healthy? How's the defense play? The Dolphins should win this game. They need to win this game. And I actually just got a Tua jersey. I'm very excited for this game. I got a Tua jersey. I opened my presents at like 6 a.m. on this morning, Friday morning. And I'm excited to look at Tua and see how he does against the Raiders on Saturday. Colts at Steelers is the second most interesting game in my opinion. The Colts are 10-4. The Steelers are 11-3. Pittsburgh has lost 3 games in a row. Meanwhile, the Colts have actually won 3 in a row. So I'm open for a great game. It feels like a really tough one to win for Pittsburgh as a good Colts team with a good defense. They run the ball well. Phillip Rivers is playing very well. Last week on Monday Night Football, Big Ben was just awful. He made bad decisions. He was inaccurate. The Colts defense is really, really good. And they should stifle the Steelers' running game. The Steelers, I have a lot of questions and concerns. And so I'm picking the Colts to win. It feels like they're the better team currently at this point of the year. But I will say Big Ben versus Phillip Rivers is a fun matchup. The media, the way they cover it will be interesting. It's a fun storyline because they were both drafted in the first round in 2004. They're kind of always linked together because of that NFL draft. And so Steelers, Colts should be fun. Picking the Colts to win. But I am praying and hoping the Steelers show up and play well because I want a close, intense, fun, hard-fought battle. And if we get that, I don't really care who wins. I just want close, fun, interesting football. Now, Week 16 ends with some really good football. We probably should talk about the Titans and Packers first, though. The Titans and Packers, I'm picking the Titans to win. They're no joke. They run the ball very, very well. Ryan Tannehill, their quarterback, is, I think, a lot better than people give him credit for. He's underrated. But the biggest question in this game, Titans and Packers, it's at Lambeau Field. It's a cold game for Tennessee. Can they handle the weather? But also, how does their defense play? Because they're playing what I believe should be the NFL MVP, Aaron Rodgers, on the road. He's lighting up the scoreboard and playing very well week to week. So it should be a fun game. I'm picking Tennessee to win very hesitantly because it's an away game at Lambeau Field in Wisconsin in the cold against Aaron Rodgers. But I really want to see, can the Packers defense stop the Titans on first and second down, forcing third and long, making them throw the ball to win. And we'll see how the Packers defense plays. I'm fascinated by this game. Should be really fun and very, very interesting. Now, again, I mentioned Week 16 comes to an end in a really fun way. There's really 3 good games at the end. One of those games is the Sunday afternoon window game, the Rams at Seattle. The Rams are 9-5. The Seahawks are 10-4. And the matchup to watch in this game is really the Rams defense against the Seahawks quarterback, Russell Wilson. I have no idea who wins this game. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend I know. I'm picking Seattle simply because I don't trust the Rams quarterback, Jared Goff. He's been very inconsistent, really his whole career, but even this year. But it feels like a coin flip still because I don't know what Seattle team is going to show up. They're also inconsistent week to week. And I'm hoping for a great game because there's a lot of star players playing. Aaron Donald, you have Russell Wilson, Jalen Ramsey, Jamal Adams, DK Metcalf. Like, there are stars littered all over the field on this game. And I'm just hoping for an amazing game. I'm picking Seattle to win again. I don't trust Jared Goff, but this could go either way. I know people want me to have a strong opinion here. I'm not going to make a bold statement. My bold statement is I hope it's close and fun and interesting. And you may not like that prediction, but that's what I have to say. I'm not going to pretend to know something I don't know. Now, the Bills at Patriots feels like a really fun, interesting game. The Bills are 11-3. They just clinched the AFC East last week. And I think it'll be fun to watch simply because I want to see whether or not the Bills beat up on the Patriots, who are 6-8. The season's coming to an end. Could be a really fun win for Buffalo. Their fans are excited, and a good way, it's the second to last game of the year. Imagine, capping off your year, week 16, with a win over the team that's kind of beat the crap out of you for years and saying, hey, no, what's up? Wait, we just beat you by 4. Like, to win by 30 points over the Patriots, week 16 for Buffalo, I'd feel really good for them. Now, does Bill Belichick really go out that way? Second to last game of the year, week 16, you get blown out by Buffalo? I don't know. I'm curious what kind of fight the Patriots bring. I'm just fascinated by the Patriots-Bills game. I just want to see, do the Bills do what they should do and beat the Patriots by a lot? Or do the Patriots have some kind of response and surprise the world and play very, very well? Now, I believe it's very, very important to be genuine. When I'm not interested in something, I try to own it, be honest about it. I don't think lying or pretending makes good content. And so I'm not going to pretend to be interested in some of these games this week. There are 6 games this weekend that feel like absolute blowouts that are not going to be close and are, even if they're not blowouts, it's obvious who's going to win. Now, the only way these games are interesting, in my opinion, is if an underdog wins. Then I'll be like, oh, wow, I can't believe that, the Falcons beat the Chiefs. That'd be a shock and a surprise. And so these are the games, the 6 of them, that I think are not very interesting because they feel like the winner should be obvious. You have on Friday, Christmas Day, you have the Vikings at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints should win. They're a much better team. You have on Saturday the Buccaneers at the Lions. Assuming the Buccaneers show up and play the way their record will show, which I don't trust that, because if there's any game that could be an upset, it is the Buccaneers at Lions, because the Buccaneers, do you trust them? But they are a better team. The Buccaneers should beat the Lions on Saturday. You also have on Saturday the 49ers at the Cardinals. The Cardinals should win this game pretty easily. They're a better team. They are a healthier team. Their defense is playing pretty well recently. The 49ers are banged up. They're super injured. They're playing a third-string quarterback. Not Jimmy Garoppolo, not Nick Mullins. They're playing C.J. Beathard because they have literally nobody else healthy to play quarterback for them. You're playing a third-string quarterback against a very good Cardinals team. I don't see the 49ers winning at all. I don't know how that's even possible that they could win. On Sunday, you have the Falcons at the Chiefs. Again, you have a team that fired their coach. That's not very good against probably the best team in the NFL that should win the Super Bowl, Kansas City. Kansas City should win this game with their eyes closed. The Browns at Jets, it's another mismatch. Cleveland is 10-4. I think a fun conversation will be Baker Mayfield against Sam Darnold, but the Browns, if they're anything like they've looked all year, they should dominate the Jets and win pretty easily, walking away on Sunday. And then finally, the Giants at the Ravens. I think the Ravens win this game pretty easily. They're a better team. Now, I know that New York Giants fans are furious and angry and want to punch me in the face for saying that their team's going to get the tar beat out of them. But my job is to be honest and be myself and say what I believe. And I don't believe that the Giants can compete with the Ravens here. And I don't know if that's the right way to put it, because I love the Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. He's a former MVP winner. He's a star. I do like the Giants defense. They've made progress this year. I don't know that they can stop Lamar Jackson, but I am curious to see how the Giants play. This is another game that, the Buccaneers-Lions could be an upset, and maybe the Giants find a way to upset the Ravens. But remember, the Ravens are fighting hard to stay in the playoff picture, so I think this game means more to the Ravens. But also, on the other hand, the Giants are hoping that Washington loses so that they can remain in contention for the NFC East. So we'll see what happens. Picking the Ravens to beat the Giants pretty easily on Sunday. Now, there are 5 games with bad teams that I think are still really fun, interesting, hard-fought battles. So the Bears-Jaguars game, I'm picking the Bears to win. Mitchell Trubisky's played very, very well recently, actually. Look, I'm fair. If you play well, I acknowledge it. And Trubisky's doing a good job. The Jaguars have the number 1 overall pick right now. Weirdly enough, they can't afford to win this game. The Jaguars have to lose to keep the number 1 overall pick. And so the Bears should win this game. Trubisky, we'll see how he does, but I think the Jaguars, like if Gardner starts playing well, maybe, suddenly Gardner Minshew's hurt. We can't, it feels like the kind of thing where you might not have tanked all year for Jacksonville, but you better tank now. Like you can't afford to win this game and lose the number 1 overall pick and miss out on Trevor Lawrence. So Bears should beat the Jaguars on Sunday. Bengals-Texans. The Bengals are coming off a big win over the Steelers. Could be close and fun. I think that the star of the game is obviously Deshaun Watson. The problem, though, is that Deshaun Watson, Houston's quarterback, is totally alone. Like, he is the only person on his team, maybe J.J. Watt as well, but he's definitely the star player on Houston that is pretty much alone with no help. And Houston is a terrible team. They can't run the ball. They have bad pass protection. They're terrible on defense. They're awful as a football team. All they have is Deshaun Watson. And Deshaun could take over the game and beat the Bengals, but the reason why I'm picking the Bengals to win this game is because of their defense. I walked away very impressed with what they did against Pittsburgh. They made good plays on the outside. I'm not very impressed with Houston's receiving core. And so the Bengals defense against Deshaun Watson and the Houston receivers really makes me feel like the Bengals could win this football game if, Ryan Finley, their backup quarterback, does just okay and doesn't turn over the football. The Bengals could and should beat Houston on Sunday. Now, the Eagles-Cowboys should be fun because it's a big rivalry game. It's always interesting at the minimum. I can't wait to watch Eagles rookie quarterback Jalen Hurts. He's kind of broken out this year and done really, really well. So I'm picking the Eagles to win because of Jalen. I want to see how he plays. I love him. He's he really is my favorite college football player of all time. And I really like how he's doing in the NFL so far after a couple games. So the Eagles should beat the Cowboys. Panthers-Washington, to me, depends who plays at quarterback for Washington. Now, there's a reason to pick Washington to win this game. They should be the favorite because their coach, Ron Rivera, in Washington was fired last year by the Carolina Panthers. So he's playing his old team that fired him. You would imagine that Washington's pretty fired up to win for their coach who they love and who went through cancer and they fight very hard for. However, if Dwayne Haskins is the starting quarterback this week and not Alex Smith for Washington, I just can't confidently say that Dwayne Haskins is going to do well and that Washington is going to win because Dwayne Haskins has been immature, unprepared, incredibly inconsistent, inaccurate. I cannot put any faith in Washington if Dwayne Haskins is their quarterback. And the Panthers are interesting. They will beat you if you give them an opportunity to. So it depends who plays quarterback for Washington, Alex Smith or Dwayne Haskins. Tentatively, I'm picking Washington to win. But if Dwayne Haskins is their quarterback, they should lose, and it probably won't be that close. Now, the Broncos and the Chargers. I'm picking the Chargers to win. Justin Herbert, their rookie quarterback, is a star. They got a lot of talent there. They're actually not they had a lot of losses by one score. They're actually a pretty interesting, decent football team. I mean, they took Kansas City to overtime. They're not a terrible football team. They're probably better than Denver is, given Denver's injuries. And I really don't care if Denver wins or loses. Their quarterback, Drew Lock, needs to play well. I keep preaching and saying, let's give him patience. Let's give him patience. Let's see what he does next year. But in order to get patience, Drew Lock needs to continue to play at a decent enough level to be given patience. He can't have 5 turnovers and play terrible in this game. He's got to play clean, solid football, make good decisions, and if they lose, it can't be his fault. So we'll see how Drew Lock does. I'm picking the Chargers to beat the Broncos on Sunday. I love Justin Herbert. He's a star quarterback. He's amazing. Love the guy. And Drew Lock has to just play decent. So, guys, that's all I have for NFL Week 16. I'm excited. It's going to be really, really fun. There's some bad games. There's some good games. I want to watch Jalen Hurts. I want to watch Tua. I want to watch there's another game I'm really fascinated by. The Bills-Patriots should be really interesting. Do the Bills beat the Patriots like they should? And do the Browns beat the Jets? The Browns should beat the Jets easily. But the Browns are the Browns, and I don't know what to believe. And then really, maybe the most important game this weekend could be the Jacksonville Jaguars season on the line. They have to lose this game. If they win this game and blow their shot at having a number 1 overall pick, man, it'd be so sad. Gardner Minshew's playing for them. Keep your eye on the Jaguars this weekend. They are playing the Bears. Trubisky's been streaky his entire career. It's the Bears quarterback. The Bears had better beat the Jaguars on Sunday. We'll see what happens. NFL Week 16 should be very, very fun.